Hello everybody, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. This is episode 3.
Maker above, hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your
so
father Andraste
Duncan
now
told
beg
us
your
last time that we need to go find the other two recruits and to find Alistair. So we're going to be doing that because that's part of the main storyline. But I do also want to show you something else that's not part of the main storyline, but I enjoy it nonetheless. Let me check to see how much silver I have. I don't have enough of that.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill
Let me come
before
over
you
here
head
and do
into
something
battle?
real quick.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain. Blast it. Where did... Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of you. Arms and armour, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Well, let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
Okay, and you might be like, well, why on earth are you over here doing this? Well, one, it gets rid of some of the crap that's been floating around my inventory. And two, it gets rid of some of the crap that floats around my inventory. Let's see. That's... and we'll throw all that out. We don't need it. Yeah, a lot of the stuff you'll that armor that I just sold was actually her mother's armor, which I kind of have to wonder, like, those were equipped to her mother. Like, I just wonder, how on earth does she get those? Does, like, Arl Howe send it in a little box that says, you know, to Rowena, love Arl Howe? I mean, you know, that has her mother's stuff in it? I don't know, I always found that kind of interesting. Okay,
Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet?
So I'm going to show you what I was talking about. It's kind of interesting. If you're looking for a way to get some extra silver. Shut up, lady. Nobody cares. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, to get some extra stuff.
Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you. All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Why would I want to help you?
Because you might want something I don't need. Them circle wizards got a chest they keep things in. Magical things. And I stole the key. That's why I'm here. I got one of them drunk, took his key and tried to sneak to the chest. They assumed I was deserting. I can't use it from here. But I'd trade you for some food and water.
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
What kind of dinner are they feeding these people that they can tuck it away in a coat? Also, he's not wearing a coat.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the King while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
What if I buy it? How's 10 silver sound?
10 silver. Well, feed him if you want to. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm going to say it was you. Just so you know.
Oh, feel free. And they're not going to believe you.
We're all going to die.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away. Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
The reason he says that is, if you ask him how come they didn't find it when he was arrested, he says he swallowed it. So he pooped it back out. That's okay, because it's not going to be in my possession for that long. Anyway, I want to go talk to Alistair first, and then we'll come back for Davith and Jory, because I really would rather just talk to Alistair first. So let's go find Alistair.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You are a very strange man.
You're not the first woman to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
Am I wearing robes or wielding a staff?
You never know, these mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit, from High Ever. I should have recognized you right away, I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Rowena.
Right, that was the name. You know, it just occurred to me that there have never been many women in the Grey Wardens. I wonder why that is.
You want more women in the Wardens, do you?
Would that be so terrible? Not that I'm some drooling lecher or anything. Please stop looking at me like that. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
No, I haven't.
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That argument I saw. What was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are. Which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
That would be awkward.
I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
I look forward to traveling with you.
You do? Huh, that's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Alright, so that's Alistair. Hey, look, Alistair approves +2. So that's Alistair. He's a dork, but he's a cute dork. And I have a soft spot for him. And of course, I immediately go and give him a bunch of crap that he doesn't really need. Let's give him the Shield of High Ever, which has her family's coat of arms on it, which I really like. You'll notice that during dialogues like that, I don't talk very much, and it's because I don't want to get in the way of, you know, people who might be listening, who might be actually interested in hearing things. Let's see. We'll give him that. And that. And we don't want to reduce hostility because he's a, there we go, Band of Fire. Gives him +3 Constitution. He's a tanky tank, so he needs that. Okay, and as you might notice, I have a mod called, and I did list it in the description below, that is basically no helmets, so you can always see their heads, which I prefer to having to stare at a stupid looking leather helmet all day, and that sparkly chest is annoying me, but I'm not going to go after it. Anyway, okay, here's Davith.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, me and Sir Knight were just betting on what the third recruit would be. Not a woman, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
Isn't that a little paranoid?
That depends on what kind of life you've led. Me, I'm perfectly willing to accept that this joining is some kind of punishment. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
So what? That wouldn't frighten me.
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of? It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
I'm looking forward to it.
You sound just like the bloody knight. Well, more power to you. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
And that's Davith, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what his backstory is, but he's apparently not somebody who would be here if he had a choice. Anyway, here's Jory.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
And it moved me, you've noticed. A more, I guess, respectable distance away from him. Yes, I am Rowena.
Sir Jory is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of our layman. I was not aware they permitted women to join the Grey Wardens. None of those I've seen thus far have been.
Perhaps they saved the best for last.
You obviously impressed Duncan, and that's enough for me. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
I fought hard to get here. Impressing Duncan was not easy. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
Davith said we might be going into the wilds.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
He's so doughy looking. I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy, but I don't know. He's kind of pasty. Oh look! Here's somebody who you'll have to get familiar with.
Soldiers of Ferelden.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
I am Rowena.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
King Kalen thinks the battle will go well.
The king must always seem confident. His behavior affects the troops' morale. He does seem to find his enthusiasm easily, though. Reminds me of a puppy. And I say that with both respect and affection. He is a fine man. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
Do you know much about Darkspawn?
Some. Do you? Do you know about the connection between them and the Fade, for example?
I know the Fade is where you go when you dream.
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
I've heard that. Didn't something bad happen there?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
The Chantry says many things.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
I'll just kill every Darkspawn I see.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Let us consider the evil before us.
And that's Wynne.
In their pride, the mages of the ancient
You'll
Tevinter
see her
Imperium
again
sought to open
later.
a portal into the heavenly golden city itself. They tainted it with their sin, and they were cast back into our world.
So we're gonna go talk to Duncan in a minute here. First we're gonna go talk to the King's Guard, who's over here.
Greetings. King Kalen is not in his tent right now?
Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot. And you'll notice this is another persuade option, which means if you don't have any persuasion or any I would recommend at least the second level of coercion before attempting this, because otherwise I don't think he'll tell you, like, anything.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We'll see in the coming battle.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
I didn't know Kaelin was married.
To the Teyrn's daughter, no less. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
And that's about as far as you go. I've never been able to get him to tell anymore. I should go.
As you wish.
Now we're going to go talk to another person who you will see again later, and if you talk to him now, he actually will later reference your initial conversation with him here. So, okay. Loghain's Guard. And to prepare you, I do use a face mod for Loghain that does make him look less super villainy. I just wanted to make him look more like a normal person. So, anyway, here we go.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Is the Teyrn inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
Persuade. I would like an audience with the Teyrn, please.
I suppose you have a message for him?
I don't.
Hold on, then.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
How do you know that?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
Yes, I've heard that.
Maric respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Maric would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You look familiar. Have I seen you at the Landsmeet?
I honestly kind of feel bad about Loghain and what happens. He makes some really bad decisions. My father was the Teyrn of Highevern.
The king told me of his promise. I'm certain he has every intention of following it through. And I suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I don't know.
If Kaelin has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
And if he doesn't?
Then simply pray.
Yeah, I admit that I may not care for Loghain much as a character, but I do like getting to talk to him here because, I don't know, it makes him seem more like a person and less like, you know, that big bad at the end of the game. Okay, well, I think I'm getting close to my little timer here, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up episode 3. Episode 2 will start with talking to Duncan and getting ready to head out into the wilds, which will probably be really exciting. Anyway, see you in the next episode.